Hello everyone, today I'm back in World of Guns Gun Disassembly, and today we have yet another very iconic firearm. This is the M-60 light machine gun, if you don't recognize it. So basically this is the main light machine gun, or just the main machine gun of the US, I think, and some other NATO countries, I believe. I think it's quite popular. I'm not sure how many use them still to this day, but I know it was very popular back in the day. So this gun was developed in the 60s, I guess, and it is designated as a light machine gun, which means that it can be moved easily by one person, and doesn't need a special tripod mount, so it can be easily and quickly deployed. So it is belt fed, and only belt fed. It has only full auto setting, so it's quite simple, but it does seem to work quite reliably. They used them famously in the Vietnam War, which was very well known, yeah, that's pretty much it. It is quite a modern design. It's got a bunch of polymer parts and stuff like that to make it lighter. It has a bipod up on the barrel, as you can see, and that's pretty much it. I think the newer ones probably have some sort of optical sights as well. This one has only iron sights. So let's field strip this gun and see what it looks inside, what it looks like inside. So first of all, I think we're gonna start with the butt assembly here. Uses a cartridge to disassemble. Okay, and then the top cover opens. We've got the bolt in here somewhere, but we do have to take out some other parts, like this buffer assembly. Okay, and then we've got the bolt spring, and the guide rod, and then basically the whole operating assembly comes out. So that's the bolt and the operating rod. Okay, the bolt also separates from the op rod. Nice. And then we can take off the barrel as well. It has a quick detach barrel, as most machine guns do. That's for reasons of not overheating the barrel. So basically, if your barrel gets hot, you can change it easily. Okay, and then we've got the hand guard. Is there anything else? I don't know. Oh yeah, the pistol grip assembly obviously comes off. Maybe. Oh, there's a thing on the side, isn't there? Yes. Okay. And then there's a pin. And then this comes out. Okay. What else? What else comes apart? This top cover comes off. There we go. And there is another part left to be disassembled. Don't know what that is. Literally, I've got no idea. There's another part somewhere, somehow. Did I take that thing off? Yes. Okay. And oh, there's this feeding tray. Of course there is. Okay. And that's our disassembled, or yeah, I guess disassembled M-60. As you can see, it disassembles quite a lot, quite far, which is quite interesting. Okay, so we've got pistol grip goes back on, and then we've got this side thing holding it, but we gotta put the pin in first. Okay, and then we've got the top cover that goes on, and this goes together with this two-part sort of hinge pin. Okay, and then we've got the spring that goes on, got the hand guard, we've got the barrel. Okay, and then the bolt goes on. This goes all in from the back. Then we've got this spring, and then buffer. There we go. And then the butt plate. Perfect. One reassembled M-60. So let's go ahead and do some further, or let's do some operation first of all. Alright, so now that we've done the disassembly and reassembly, we can do the operation and see how this thing actually works. As you can see, it's got the cartridge belt box attached to the side, or it's not attached, it's just there. I'm sure there's a way to attach them for easy transportation, but this is how it pretty much works while in use. So we can rack the thing maybe. Oh yeah, so open the top cover to reload it. Get a cartridge belt in there and then rack it once, and that's it. Okay. And now we can just fire. That's pretty cool. The links just disintegrate out to the right side, and the brass also goes out this way, as you can see. And the belts can be different lengths, like 50 rounds, 100, 200. Not sure how it works. That's pretty much it. That's pretty straightforward. As you can see, it is open bolt, but it is obviously locked as well. So it locks. Let's just go into slow and see how it locks and unlocks. So there's the bolt. So if I press this, the cartridge goes in from the top because the belt comes in from the top. There you can see the top cover mechanism working. So it basically pulls the cartridge in, or the belt in, and then the bolt feeds it down into the chamber, then extracts and ejects it. Up front you can see the gas system working, and this is pretty spectacular over here on the top side. Let me just get you in a nice position. So you can see how it shoves it in the chamber and then moves it over basically with this mechanism. I'm not sure how this mechanism is actually operated. Let's take a look. What operates this mechanism? So it's sort of hinged on the back here. It's actually operating off of the bolt. As you can see, oh, where's the thing? So there's a thing on the bolt that runs in a sort of a track on the arm up there. I don't know if you can see it's that sort of bright thing on the top. So basically, while the bolt is traveling back and forth, because of the curvature of that arm, that sort of stud forces it forces it to move side to side, basically. I don't know why I pressed reload, it's so dumb. Okay. So here you can see how it goes side to side. Let's just go slow again. How it goes side to side with that arm, and then that also acts on the other arm, which goes in the opposite direction pretty much. And that actually moves the belt. It sort of grabs the cartridges there. As you can see, it's got this sort of a spring-loaded tab on the side that sort of moves over because it's spring-loaded, and then it snaps into position and pulls the belt in. And that's pretty much all there is to it. It's not very complex. Because of the design of the belt, it is disintegrating. It doesn't need to do anything else, as opposed to like a cloth belt or a rubber belt, where well, I guess that one has to do even less because it can just shove the cartridges through the belt. Not sure with the cloth belt how it works. I think some machine guns have, some belt-fed machine guns have it so that the mechanism has to actually pull the round out from the back of the belt and then shove it in the chamber as well. So that's a bit more complex than this system. You can see the bolt rotating as well. So it goes in battery here, rotates, comes out of battery, pretty much how it works. Okay, let's do, like, we've done all of the x-rays. Let's not do the slow motion anymore. What else do we have to do? Sights. You can see the sights are of the general normal type, I guess. I'm not sure if they have any optical sights nowadays. They probably do. That would make sense. What else do we have to do? Bipod. That's up front. We can deploy the bipod. That's fairly important, or very important for a machine gun like this. And the barrel comes out. This is called a quick change barrel, and if for too much sustained fire, the barrel gets too hot, you can just change it like that. Now the actual holding handle, carrying handle, is not directly connected to the barrel, so that means that you cannot pull it out by the handle, which should make it easier. So they probably use some sort of I don't know, asbestos glove or something, because this barrel gets really hot. So if you wanna grab it and remove it, you're gonna have to have some sort of glove or some sort of tool to hold on to it, because otherwise you're gonna burn yourself horribly. Okay, fire until empty. Yes, please. As you can see, the recoil is not massive. The gun is fairly heavy, but not terribly so. It does use quite a bit of polymer materials, so that helps. It's got like a flash hider on the end of the barrel there. There we go. Okay, and we've done operation. Let's do the disassembly now and see how this thing comes apart in detail. It has 115 parts apparently, so that's gonna be a challenge. Okay, so the barrel comes off. We've seen that in the handguard also. On the back side, we've got this butt plate and assembly that comes off, and then we've got like this keeper buffer yoke. The buffer, we've got the guide assembly, and the spring comes off. We've got the bolt and the up rod. Alright, so let's take that apart first of all, or let's take the lower off first of all, the pistol grip. It's got a pin here, and there's this spring thing on the side, holds it in place, I guess. Comes off, right? let's do the bolt then. So we've got the up rod that comes off, and then on the bolt we've got the like a plug for the end there. There's a firing pin spring and a firing pin. Okay. Then we've got this roller assembly. It's called an actuator. That is the like a stud that rides in the top of the thing, of the actuator arm thingy that I showed you before. We've got an ejector and an extractor, and that's pretty much it for the bolt. On the up rod we've got the rod extension. What the hell does that mean? I don't know. We've got the roller. Okay, nice. What else do we have? That's it for the operating assembly basically. Let's do like the barrel assembly. There's a nut there and gas piston. Okay, so looks like the gas piston is actually separate from the actual operating rod, which is interesting. It just sort of taps it, and then the inertia does the rest, sends it back. That's pretty cool. That's the gas plug. Okay. And then the bipod should come off as well, but we have to take this flash hider off first of all. Okay, and then we've got the front side post. Nice. There's the gas plug, gas vent. Okay. And then the thingy comes apart as well, the bipod. It's got some screws holding it in. And then we've got the two legs. Okay, that's it. Right. And then we can move on to the top cover. That comes off as well. It's got this complex pin with a spring. Just comes off. Okay. So that's got a whole bunch of parts actually. We've got the latch lever, that's what locks it down. And then we've got this actuator cam, what it's called. Let's see, how does this come apart? There's a little retainer down there that needs to come out, and then we've got this whole piece. Okay, and that's just a solid piece, I think. Yep. Okay, and then we've got the rest of this stuff. So there's a pin here. Okay. This is a cartridge guide. Right. This is what guides the belt into the gun basically. And then we've got this feed lever with a spring on the side there. And there's another little spring on there. Okay. And then we've got the chassis assembly that comes out. Okay, that comes apart as well. And that is it for the top cover, I think. Apparently there is 40 more parts to disassemble, which is quite a lot, but I reckon we can manage. Okay, for the receiver, there's a whole bunch more stuff. So this is the frame assembly. This is basically what holds the bottom of the belt and feeds it. And we've got the cartridge retainer shaft. This part, that's it for that. And then we've got the sight, obviously, the rear sight, which has a whole bunch of parts. As you can see, it is range adjustable, so that's very convenient for a machine gun, much more than for a rifle, because you can actually hit stuff at that range because you have a volume of fire with a machine gun, and it doesn't really matter that you cannot hit it precisely what you're aiming at, because obviously more shots equals more chances to hit. Okay, so we've got the carrying handle there. Alright, what else do we have in the receiver? Is there anything else? Yep, there's a screw on the side. And then there's this dust cover basically. And then the cocking handle comes out. Okay, it's got a little spring on the inside that I can see through the thing. How do I take that out? There's a keeper there. Okay. And I think that's pretty much it for the receiver. Seems pretty bare. Okay. And now we've got the we've got the butt plate assembly as well. Does this come apart at all? No, actually that's just a plastic piece. Okay. And then we've got the lower, basically the pistol grip assembly. As you can see, it only has a sear and a trigger, so not very much to this. So we've got sear plunger there, and then we've got the trigger. It's got a spring in there, and that's it for the M60. Right. Now quickly put this thing together, and that's gonna be nice. Hopefully I can remember. Let's do the grip assembly first of all, because this is pretty much the most tedious thing to assemble in every gun, because obviously it's got small parts that don't really look like anything special, and that gets quite problematic. Okay, so then we can do like the top cover, because that is also quite a tedious thing. So let's see. There's a whole bunch of stuff here. We've got this stuff that's actually not a part of the top cover, but it will do. Let's just put that on. Okay, and let's just oh, we're gonna do the screws later, I guess, and the pins. How do we put this top cover back together, for Christ's sake? There's this little bastard part that goes in here. Okay, and then we've got these guides. Right, there's a little spring there. Okay, and then this spring goes on here. That goes on the back of it. Then we've got this part. Okay, then there's the other guide. Perfect. There's a little tiny pin there at the end. And then we've got the main working arm. Okay, so that's pretty much our top cover assembled. Now we can work on like the sight, for example. It goes together. It's got a whole bunch of tiny little parts, which is a major pain, obviously. Let's put, oh, that goes in here. That goes on the barrel actually, so we're gonna have to put the barrel, or oh, actually it should just go on, shouldn't it? Maybe the carry handle needs to go on first. Oh no, that fits. The rear side fits there. Okay. Right. What else? We've got, let's do the barrel assembly. There's a whole bunch, like the gas piston assembly, there's a whole bunch of stuff there. So we've got the actual gas piston here with like a sealing ring and stuff, and a nut there at the end. And then we've got the front side post, and we've got the flash hider there, but the bipod goes on first, so let's put that together. It's got a bunch of screws, well, just two actually, to be precise, but that's fine. Okay, so this goes onto the barrel, and then we've got the flash suppressor, as it's called, and there's a screw there at the bottom. Okay, now that should go on, but maybe not. Does not go on. Apparently it does not go on yet. Okay. What else do we need to do here? The handguard doesn't go on yet. Honestly... Oh, there's the barrel lock. Okay, that would be necessary. But the barrel still doesn't go on. Okay, there's still stuff missing. Let's just put like the grip housing on, because why the hell not? And there's some screws and a pin holding it. Okay, that goes on the guide rod. This is another pin for there. Okay, can we put this together now? No. Okay. Top cover does not want to go on quite yet. Right. Honestly... Oh. No, that has nothing to do with it. The up rod has nothing to do with the barrel. I don't know why doesn't this just go on. Okay, so we've got a pin there for whatever reason. And then, oh, the handguard goes on first. Okay. And then we're still missing something. I don't know what that is, but we are definitely missing something. We can definitely put together the bolt first of all, so we'll be able to see if there's any remaining parts. That's always a nice strategy. If you have remaining parts after you reassemble pretty much anything, then you have a little bit of a problem, and you should really review your reassembly process. It goes the same for guns as it does for cars and pretty much everything that has a whole bunch of parts that you don't know what they do, and you just have them laying around then. Alright, so let's put this stuff in the gun, but we have to do the opera or the charging handle first of all. Okay, and it's got this like a side plate basically with a screw. Okay, and then we've got the top cover should go on now. Not sure why that's a thing. Why it doesn't want to do that. Is there any other loose parts here? Honestly, I have no idea. The barrel seems to be quite together. So, oh, there's a little plate there on the side. Okay. I'm not sure. That is definitely not the cause. Okay, so we can actually put the op rod assembly in there. Okay. But the barrel still does not want to go in. We've got the guide rod and the spring and the buffer. Okay. And then we've got the buffer keep. Right. And the top cover still does not want to go on. I have no idea why that's a thing. Do we have to lock down the barrel? No, the barrel isn't even installed yet, for Christ's sake. Are we missing something here in the top cover assembly? We probably are. I mean, we definitely are missing some stuff. Oh, of course there are little tiny parts there. Okay, fine. So then the top cover goes on with the hinge pin. There it goes. And then we've got the barrel, which probably has some sort of small part as well. Oh, yeah. I was completely right. There's a little tiny like keep thing for the barrel lock. Okay, fine. And then there's another one, obviously, and then hopefully the barrel should go in. Perfect. Okay, and then the butt assembly should go on as well. There we go. And here we have one reassembled M-60 machine gun. Okay, so I think this has been probably quite enough for the M-60. I've told you pretty much everything I know, which is not a whole bunch. I don't know pretty much anything about the development of this gun, so you should really look it up if you're interested. But it is quite a cool and very iconic machine gun. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, you can press the like button and subscribe to my channel. You can also check out my other videos, and I will see you next time.